Refreshing. So, good morning, or I say good evening to the side of the world. It's me, the Lock Robster, the MN of LA, bringing you the newest vlog, or the last vlog, to be precise. As I promised to do three MNL48 vlogs, and this is the third one, my final one, to cap off the celebration of my third year of being a YouTuber. Yes, I think again, MNL48, if you had not existed, probably this channel of mine would be a dead channel because I would have no, how do you call this, topics or content to put in had you not come into my life. Okay, so yeah, well, as the title shows, it's part 8 of my MNL48 interactive live review, and which will cover from episode 57 to episode 65. Yeah, so let's get to it. Okay, so I think I mentioned it before, after the championship of the Hero X Idol League, I was expecting some kind of announcement regarding the gaming Senbatsu. I believe all MN Loves were also waiting for that. So Friday didn't show it because they did the Ikaw na Melody like premiere at the mall show. Mm. And then come Monday, unfortunately, it was not regarding any news of the game Senbatsu, but it featured the Ikaw na Melody, or the second year Senbatsu, for the whole week. Yeah, for the 5 episodes of that week. Um, let's see. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Should have gotten my notes ready. I'm just so excited to get this done. Yeah, which spanned from July 29 until August, no, August 2. Yeah, so that covered basically all the members of the Senbatsu. So let's go to it one by one. Okay, so episode 57, shown on July 29, a Monday, featured Jan, Thea, Jamie, and Alice. Yes. And basically, I guess they're just talking about their experiences regarding shooting the MV. Uh, and Alice was the host of this particular episode, as it talked about, her experience regarding being part of the first Senbatsu and now being part of this second year Senbatsu. For some reason, they left her off in the other two singles, which was a head scratcher for me because Alice is one of the more popular members. Yeah, and they mentioned also, which I noticed in the MV regarding Jan's hair. Yeah, which was she's almost like almost diplomatic, like almost like president. Like I think they compared her to like almost like President Cory Aquino because especially with her gown being all yellow. Yeah, so very Cory Aquino the way they pronounce it. Okay, so oh, also I guess a highlight for this episode 57, was how Jan talked about her first meeting with Thea. Yeah, and she thought Thea was like very snobbish, or she didn't like Jan at all, but it wasn't like that the way they explained it. Yeah, so yeah. So overall, I would say this episode was okay. I would rank it as okay. Yeah, come episode 58, the only three guests that day. So July 30 on Tuesday. So it featured Ali as the host, then Rowie and Gab, only three members for some reason. Yeah. So so they talked about mostly, I guess, Rowie's first experience of being part of the Senbatsu for the second year after spending her first year as a Kenkyuusei. Which I mean, honestly, it was a surprise to me that Rowie turned out to be the most favorite of the Kenkyusei, getting voted into the Senbatsu at number 16. But I think she's ranked number 15 now. It's Yakugan, and she moved up. So yeah. Also, I noticed Roy wearing glasses. So basically, from what I can account, she's the third girl of ML48 to wear glasses on iLive. I mean, it's okay. Just if you're having a hard time reading the comments from the MN Loves, might as well wear glasses. I mean, rather than squinting. I think Amy was first one, and I think second one was like um, who was it? I think it was Tin. I can't recall who the second girl was, but I know Roy was the third, and I don't count the because during the tournament, some of the girls there were wearing glasses when they were playing Mobile Legends. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, a funny story was where Ali talked about they're talking about Ali's dental experience. I think she was the one. She got one of her tooth pulled out, and she was the only one of the group that went to the dentist. I think the cleaning. I think that was during the when they were announced as official members of MNL48. That's a story from way back that she was the only one who cried because others, I guess, got their teeth cleaned or fixed. Hers was they had to pull out a tooth. Yeah, which I guess is a very horrifying experience for Ali. Yeah, and also Gab here was teaching Rowie her fierce face. Yeah, so she could actually pull off the fierce face in the MV. Yeah, so overall, I would rank this episode another okay. Yeah. hmm And oh, I guess I'm appreciated with Gab in this episode because she Evan Love asked questions regarding the game Senbatsu, and she was kind enough to answer it. Though all she said was secret, secret, secret to all following questions. But I guess there's still hope for us to see the gaming Senbatsu do a song, yeah, or maybe do a single. Okay, so the episode 60. Oh no, episode 59. Episode 59 shown on July 31st. Featured Ali again as a host with Grace, Shaki, and Rance. Yeah, and however, there were cameos by Alice and Sella in the episode. Yes. So yeah, I guess more point of the episode was that I think Grace was getting bullied by the other girls, because of her age. I mean, I would have, you know, I was ashamed because these girls are like, well, I guess girls to be girls. They pick on the victim and just attack her in some way. Well, because Grace being the oldest among the members, yeah, she's ripe for that kind of attack. Yeah, being bullied and all that. Yeah, and uh, I mean, I almost felt sorry there for Grace. I mean, because it's almost like she's just taking it. Yeah, but I would have ranked this episode bad, but they avoided that ranking because they talked more about Abby's time in Shanghai for the Asia Fest press con. Yeah, with other girls who are representing the other AKB48 and the AKB48 sister groups like JKT, BNK, SGO48. Um, who else? Oh, the Taipei branch and the Shanghai branch. Yeah, and Wai Chimiyon was a representative of the AKB48 there, and Abby represents MNL48. Yeah, and I believe they also performed, and I think there's also, I think Sheki mentions it later in the future episode where there's some kind of controversy in which somebody pushed Abby during one of the photo shoots of the press conference there. Yeah. Mm, let's see here. Well, basically all three episodes, and I think in the successive days during this week, they featured photos of behind the scenes during the shooting of their MVs. Yeah. So yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, I also noticed something. Here I wrote some notes on it. Uh, oh yeah, they also talked about Ran's her first experience on being officially being voted in a Senbatsu rather than being chosen by management as in the last two singles. Yeah, and I guess she's happy that the fans, the MN loves, really like her for being voted in. I believe she ranks number 9, but she moved up to number 8. Yeah. Also, there was a moment, I think during one of the photos, when they were showing the photos, and Grace and Shaki was like, something was going on, especially when they're sitting on the couch, and I think Grace was looking behind Shaki. I think something happened. I'm sure if it was rather the skirt or her dress was opening up or something. Well, we never really got to hear anything about their small conversation there, but it's kind of a mystery of what was going on there between them because yeah, they're doing something else while Rance and Ali were talking. Yeah. So overall, I give this episode a rank of okay. Yeah. So moving on to episode 60. Yeah, it from the first day of August. Yeah, 2019. It featured Kyla, Sella, and Fate. Another three girl guesting here. And yeah, um, what they talked about most of the episode. Once again, I guess they're talking about the MV experience, but most of all, they talk most regarding Fate's improvement and struggles of being an idol and being a college student. Yeah, I mean, there's a point where they talked about where Faith is like just crying in the corner because she has some schoolwork to do, and yeah, and she just got off training and all that. Yeah, and it's very, I guess, it's a bit of a heartache, but this is the kind of life you choose, and I guess it's really up to her on how she would handle her schedule. I mean, you either have to choose one or the other, and I'm glad that Faith stayed and worked through it, through her own way. Yeah. And also, I believe the photos here they showed regarding just behind the scenes, but they showed more wacky photos, especially of Kyla, in which she's like upset because all her photos were kind of like the wacky kind, rather than the usual normal kind in which Fate and Sella uh, was shown. Yeah, and also I noticed in the episode. Well, it's not like basically honestly during this whole week of these episodes from 57 to 62 I didn't actually watch these episodes. I just watched the replay, and before I watched this episode Kyla put up a Facebook post regarding apologizing regarding what she said in the episode, which seemed to offend the the other side, or what they call the LBTQ community. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I watched that episode. I mean, so Shishadsu was straight. I mean, she was being true to herself. And I couldn't understand why she's apologizing for it. I mean, that's who you are, and now you're apologizing for it. I mean, I don't understand it. Was there any complaints about it? I mean, it sounds like it, but I mean, have we become a society of apologists? Because I mean, if you're speaking from who you truly are, I mean, that's the truth about you. Why should other people be offended? So I couldn't understand what Kyla was apologizing for. For speaking the truth? They really need to apologize for that. Yeah. So yeah, that's really, I don't know. I guess this is how the world is today. We need to apologize to who are slightly offended. I mean, not that what you said was supposed to be offensive to them, but I mean you were just saying it just to show who you really are. I mean, yeah, crazy world today. I don't know. Mm. But either way, I rank this episode as excellent. Yeah, because I mean, with Kyla there, it seems to be is a very fun episode. Yeah, yeah, being the host of the show. I mean, yeah, because I mean, I believe they mentioned whenever she's the host, there's really no dead air. Yeah, there's no awkward moments. Yeah, and makes the iLive entertaining and informative. Yeah. So we go to episode 61, and it's composed of Ali, Ash, Jem, and Abby. Yeah. So I guess most of the episode covers Abby's experience with the our experience in Shanghai during the Asia Fest press con. Yeah, and yeah, she talks about it, especially I think they talked about regarding the I think Charprang was the one pushed Abby, but it wasn't really a push. It's almost like, oh, you should be standing over there push, not like a push like get out of my way push. Yeah, she explained that. And what else? Oh, I think Gem being there, I believe they did Pikachu impressions like Pikachu like that, and yeah, and Ash shows her always shyness again, just saying having a hard time saying Pikachu, especially in that tone. Yeah, and I believe this is the first episode where Emin Loves requested an ooh woo woo challenge to all the guests. So yeah, so Abby, well, Ali does it all the time. So then we have Abby, Jem, and Ash do the ooh woo woo. Oh no, wait. Oh, maybe that's a mistake. I think since Ash was there. Yeah, yeah. Oh no. Okay, I'm thinking about a different challenge there. So yeah, I think that was for next week. Oh, I think Jem did a ooh woo woo with a pika pika at the end. Yeah, and then the other girls did a pika pika impression. Yeah, there you go. So now I understand. Oh yeah, and so regarding the behind the scene pics or when they're talking about their experiences shooting the Ikaw ang Melody MV, they mentioned it was surprising to me because I almost said I said the same thing uh, on on uh, on Jem's Facebook page, where they said that her terno, her gown, made her look like Belle of Beauty and the Beast, and that's the same thing I said. Yeah, when her picture came up on her Facebook page. Yeah, amazing how like-minded people think alike. Yeah, so overall, I give this. Sorry for the shaking. I give this episode an excellent rank. Yeah. Okay, moving on, and this week. All right, for this week. So for this week, I'll cover just one, two, three, four episodes. Yeah, so it'll be a total of 9 for this whole review. And this week, I believe the first three days of this week featured finally. Finally got to see the TGC girls or the Kenkyuusei. Yeah, finally. I think Jean was actually the first Kenkyuusei to guest on an iLive episode, but that was because she was part of the July celebrants of the Satan Sai. Yeah. So it's very nice to see the Kenkyuusei, the girls. So episode 62, which was shown on August August 5, is a Monday, featured Jem as the host, and the Kenkyuusei guests are Trish, Mela, and Jean. Yeah, and we later get a cameo by Gab later on. So yeah, let's see how I. So yeah, basically they talk about regarding their experience with TGC, Tokyo Girls Collection, their models, their training is almost the same as the MNL48 girls, but I guess more stricter. Yeah, regarding especially regarding if it's regarding their movements on stage or their facial expressions. Yeah, when they're modeling, I guess that's how rap models always are, you know. And yeah, let's see here. Oh, and let's see here. And they showed in this particular episode and in the following two episodes, they'll show photo sets of uh, the Kenkyuusei modeling as ML48 girls. I think these shots are used for the photo cards. Yeah, that they'll be selling with their merchandise. So Jem was showing the photo as well with her guitar. Yeah. So with the photos, I believe the most impressed was Jean's photos, and they showed like some of the photos that there was like rain or water falling down their faces, and one with a lot of hands, a lot of hands trying to touch them, something like that. I mean, yeah, it's I guess that's how I guess the photo shoot works for models. Sometimes there are weird poses or weird things they have to do, but we like them. We like it for that. Especially the sexy face, the sexy lip, the pouty lips, and all that. Yeah, and I believe this time they did a ooh woo challenge. There you go. So at the beginning of the ooh challenge, all the other the Genkyusei got uh, Genkyusei were able to do the ooh woo challenge, and I think they also through Gem's requests added a pika pika at the end of them. Yeah. Oh, so what was funny regarding Gab's cameo was because they showed all the Kenkyuseis were showing being water poured down on their heads and down on their faces in a couple of the photos in each of the Kenkyusei. Uh, let's see here. Trish, Mela, and Jean. But then when it came to Gem's photos, she didn't have water trickling down on her head or on her face. So Gab went up behind her and basically scared Gem that Gem thought that Gab was going to pour water on her head like right now. But basically Gab faked her out. Yeah. So yeah, that was very enjoyable, and I rank this episode as excellent. Yeah, and I got a comment read. Yeah, which I'll play later. Yeah, there you go. Forgot what the comment was. Oh, I think it's regarding Gene. Okay, yeah. So we'll learn about what the comment is later, as I'll play a clip of that video. Okay, next we go to episode 63. They showed on August 6th on a Tuesday. Yeah, and it featured the host was Lei. It featured Gia, Carla, and Sam. Though originally it was announced that Eka was supposed to be the host, but she got sick, so Lei was a substitute host for this particular episode. So as usual, they talked about their experience on TGC uh, and how different it is from MNL48 training. I guess more intense and all that. Yeah, and they did the ooh woo challenge with these girls. Yeah, and it's a good to see Gia. I mean, I'm glad to see Mela too from the last episode. Yeah, yeah, good to see Gia here. And yeah, they once again they showed photos of the girls being falling water and all that. Yeah, falling water and with the hands everywhere. I think you'll see later. I'll see if I can show you a clip of that. Yeah, I haven't seen the episode already. Yeah. So I also got a comment ready here, and we'll watch that later. And yeah, and Lei got her photos, I guess for the photo cards where she's wearing a hoodie, yeah, and with a fierce face, yeah, basically. Yeah, so yeah, it's a pretty fun episode as well. When Lei, she's a very good host. Yeah, I mean, she's very used to it. I guess she does this a lot at school. And I think somebody mentioned that her voice was like I think if it's not in this episode, it's in a other episode down the line, where they mentioned that her voice is almost like it's perfect for radio. Yeah. So yeah, so I rank this episode as excellent. Yeah, it's a fun episode. So moving on to episode 64, and I believe this is the last of the Kenkyuusei to of the batch of Kenkyuusei to appear, and Belle is the host, and the Kenkyuusei guests are Niall, Frances, and Essel, and it's good to see Essel finally, yeah, after a long time being evicted and finally being brought back as a Kenkyuusei this time. Yeah, and as usual, the talk is about how the training in the TGC, on how uh, they're being trained as models, as well as also singing because they have to appear in mall shows as well, since they are the Kenkyuusei. Yeah, and yeah, Belle's a very good host. Like, there's really no dead air as well when she's the one hosting an episode, and she's very fun. And I noticed that the way usually when the host, usually she sits at the end of the sofa. This time, Belle sits in the middle of the sofa with the Kenkyuseis surrounding her. And I guess that's her way of, getting in the middle of interviewing the guests here in Interactive Live. Yeah. So once again, they also showed uh, their their photos. The photos of Kenkyusei being the water and the hands again. Yeah, showing their fierceness, their fierce face. Yeah. Uh, as well as photos of Belle as well. Yeah. So I rank this as excellent as well because yeah, it's a very fun episode. Especially the way when Belle handles it. And also a couple of my comments got read in this episode as well. All right. So before I move on to the final episode, which would be episode 65, I think I should play when my comments are read here during the week when the Kenkyusei made their finally guests, finally becoming guests and their most awaited appearance on iLive. Okay, for some reason, all my comments, well, not all of them, at least some of my comments got read. But yeah, it's very happy for it. Okay, so let's do it. Episode 62. Okay, there's an ad. Okay, can't move that. Okay, skip that.
Made sense, ate. Ayan, from Kuya Robby Mendoza.
Okay, wait.
Jean, sinong mas matangkad, ikaw o si Shay?
Let's move it back a little. Okay.
Pwede po. Opo.
Nasa pagdadala ng sarili. Oo, yeah, tama yan. I love you, Trish.
Okay, so that's Trish
Bakit si ate love you, love mo?
on the left, then Mela, then Jean, then Jem.
Support? Hindi mo talaga. Okay, magbasa tayo ng comments from Facebook. From Facebook comments, Lloyd Derbson, #MNL48 Interactive Live. Please, more KKS segments. We want to see more of you girls in the future. By the way, sino pala ang mga ML players sa KKS?
Hindi sila nakapag-player ng ML.
Oh my
Sino mga player ng ML sa KKS at kakalabanin ko? Ay, sino nga ba kasi yung nagpupuyat mag-isa? Sino ang mga player nyo? Sino kasi yun? Ikaw player ka? Sino kasi? Ikaw player ka?
Naglalaro lang po, pero hindi ako
Okay, ikaw.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they weren't asked to join in the tournament.
Opo. Opo, akala nyo.
Naglalaro
nag-ML kaya
lang
ako.
po.
Hindi na panood yung iLive namin kung paano ako maglaro.
Paano po ba, ate? Siyempre.
Laila, gamit mo.
Ay, wow.
Starter pack.
Parehas tayo, ate. Laila rin ako, ate. Laila.
Oy, paano tayo cancer?
Ate, huwag mo na sulihin. Secret lang. Papaturo ko si ate.
Oh, sure. Later, we will have a session. Mela.
Sige po.
Frances Beyakan.
pasample daw ng ramp up pati si Jem. Ay,
Ano po kami rarampa din?
abangan.
Abangan na lang
Abangan
po.
po.
Sa
Sa
lunch
lunch
po
po
namin.
namin.
Bali niyo first launching ng TGC, ako yun na. Siyempre, why not naman?
Siya po ang...
Guest, baka mag-guest po si Ate
Mag-practice
Jem.
na ako,
Ganyan.
May chance ate.
Ayan, from Kuya Robby
Oh,
Mendoza.
there you go.
Jane, sinong mas matangkad, ikaw o si Shecky?
Ala! Oh
They
my
enjoyed that
God.
question.
Ate Shecky! Bakit ganon?
Siya po.
Ganda po yung order.
Paliit pa palaki, Shecky, Jem, Jean. Ano love? Sino po ang tamang sukat?
I wonder where M's falls in that
From Rayner Reyes,
that ranking.
Cutie. Wow. Cutie Momela.
Oy.
I like that one.
Thank you po.
Yes,
Thank you. Nakataki.
Dalagang Pilipina.
Si Claire din po pala maliit. So,
Oh, there you go.
Claire,
Just want to
Shecky,
continue this regarding Claire.
Jean. Hindi talaga
Oh, yeah, I think-
si ate. Yes po. Kaya nga po nung nakita ko si Claire sa second gen, mag-share lang po ako story, mabilis lang. Nung nakita ko si Claire nung second gen ko, buti na lang dumating ka, pangatlo na ako sa linya.
I think Claire's more taller than Shecky though. Yeah.
From Randy Mac. Ang gaganda naman po ng Kenkyuusei.
Okay, here we go.
Ay, hindi naman.
Yes! Siyempre, pati po si Ate Jem. Maganda.
Yes.
Kasi Ate Jem.
Oo na.
Lahat po kami magaganda.
Kaya naman. Wala
Walang
naman
pake.
pinapaniwanan.
Ito, meron na namang pinapagawa sa atin ng ano, guys.
Ay,
From F8 na H. Ang hirap.
Oh, I think this is one.
Fed, Genie, Abelo,
Ano binabasa
Jores,
mo?
the second.
Kanta na lang kay
Oh, kanta. Okay. All right. You can skip that. Okay. Okay, yeah. So that's the comment that was read in my episode 62 regarding Shecky. Because for me there, I thought Jean might be a bit smaller. Because from the way, I'm not sure what's wrong with the couch. Because anyone who sits on that side seems much smaller, and Jean looks to be smaller than Jem in that particular episode. Okay. So let's move on to another one. Wait, 62. Let me look for 63. It's like almost a record. Well, three straight. My comments got read. Okay. Why can't I find 63? Hang on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh.
Yes. Ako magbabasa. Excited na excited. Satan's Side 2019. Celebrate with Ash.
Okay, hang on. Let me try to get there.
Lay, Shina, Shira, Cole,
It's almost
and
toward the
Lisa
end.
This August 10, 2019 at Movie Stars Cafe. Tickets
I
are
think my
still
comment here is
available
very
at
short. There you go.
www.ml48.ph. Carla, basahin mo na. Robby,
Up. Okay. Let's skip that bit.
privilege. Next photo, please. Mamaya, ihihingi.
Okay, let me just show the photos.
Next.
Just to give context of what my comment is.
Wow.
Okay,
Natutulog ka na sa ulan, bigas po.
Okay, it's a little bit more forward.
Okay,
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Kinabot ka lang.
Apologize for that, but yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, Carla.
Nila, no?
Very pretty si Carla. Yeah. She's very soft spoken.
Uy, grabe ka. Hindi Pwede na ba? So, girls, at dahil nabanggit
So from
namin
left,
na may mga photos
Gia.
kayo na ginagawa sa TGC as part of your trainings, mag-react kayo sa mga photos
Gia,
na lalabas
Sam,
sa screen at
Carla, and
ikwento
Lay.
nyo sa amin kung ano ang meron sa photo na nakikita natin. First photo. Oh! Wow, grabe! Nakas, galing! Galing!
Hey, Sam.
Ganda! Ulan,
I see her.
Grabe.
The water.
So, ano po yan, yung photoshoot po namin yan, sa tingin ko po yan yung pinaka-best na photoshoot namin.
Best photoshoot.
First time lang namin makita yan, hindi talaga namin siya nakita. Di ba, hindi po namin nakita.
So, ano yung story behind that photo?
So, ang lamig po niyan. Yun talaga.
Malamig.
Naka-aircon po yan.
Naka-aircon tapos binabasa ka pala ng tubig. Hindi, ganyan daw yung, ganyan dapat umaura pag naliligo ng vlog. Sino nag-makeup sa'yo?
Red, kami lang po.
Ikaw nag-makeup dyan.
Yes po.
Ang galing. Ang
Galing
lakas. Ang, may kamukha kang, Asia's Next Top Model ng model. Sino? Next photo. Next time na natin pag-usapan, Kia.
Ngayon naman po nakapikit na ako.
Natutulog ka na sa ulan, B.
Yes po.
Hindi.
Mhm.
Hindi ko siya mag-gets.
Nakapikit.
There's nothing to get, like. It's just a photo.
Yes. Pero ang ganda ha. Bakit nakapikit? Ang ganda pa. Sana all. Next.
Wait,
Ah!
Another hand.
Ang ganda
Oh my
sa.
God.
I like.
Ngayon
Para
ko
kang
lang
si
din po yan
Para kang si
nakita.
Bella Padilla na.
Oh, the ad. Sorry about that. Okay, there you go.
Rakasa. Ano ba?
Ngayon ko lang din po nakita yan.
Ang ganda mo, Sam!
Yung po
Ito
niya,
ang tanong ko. Kaninong mga kamay yan?
sa TGC po, sa kanila po.
Sa Carla, asan kamay mo dyan, B? Ikaw, Bia.
Nakaturo.
Nakaturo.
Yan po yan.
Bawal manuro.
Oo.
Ang lakas talaga makaganda ng mga nunal.
Oo.
Ay, no? Sobra, no? Sobra.
Grabe.
Lakas talaga.
I mean, lace. The nail is very prominent on her face. Oh, Carla.
Wow.
Iba
Baby, dalaga ka na. Hindi ka na baby. Anong tipong photo? Wet look po?
Wet look na
Wet
smoky.
Wet look, baby? Yes. Sino makeup sa'yo? Ako lang din po. Ang galing niyo mag-makeup ng ng pangmalakasang makeup.
Hindi nga po kami sanay po kasi.
Ano
Lang
lang,
po
light.
talaga. Heavy makeup po
Sino
kailangan.
sa inyo na ganyang makeup gawin?
Si Coach.
Coach.
Wala po
Oo.
heavy.
Next.
Oh,
Mhm.
yung ganda. Diba? Ganda nung kamay.
Sino yung nakadikit na nakaganyan yung kamay? Kanina yung Carla.
Sa'yo yata yun. Sa'yo yan. Sa'yo yan.
Pero tanong ko, sino nag-photoshoot niyan? Ang ganda. Ang ganda.
Ang galing.
Ang galing talaga. Ay, meron pala logo sa baba. HHE.
Ang galing.
Yes! HHE! Baka naman, gusto nyo. Next. Ako next na.
Wow.
Ang ganda mo,
Close up.
Carla! Ang galing.
Totally
Ang
agree.
mukha ng TGC, no? Next.
Ayun.
Ay!
Oh, Gia.
Sorry naman, Ginevere. Sorry naman, naka-black lipstick ka pa. Pakunwari ka pa eh.
Ano
Ang
yan?
ganda mo,
Exotic.
Gia.
Oo.
Lipstick yan. Yan. Magkano ba yung gold na nilagay mo sa labi?
Hindi, ano yan? Eyeshadow tsaka lip gloss na gold. Oo.
Nilagay sa
Oo.
yung metallic na,
Metallic, oo.
na,
Kasi kailangan exotic yung theme.
Iya,
Exotic.
international.
Oo.
Hindi kasi anong half ka Gia?
Half American.
There you go. This is the first time I've heard of
Sorry
that.
naman kasi kami
That she's half American.
half Bisaya
Eh, pero, uy, Bisaya din ako.
Next!
Wait,
Ay, lakas.
taray.
Naging vampire na.
Mm.
Bella yan, Bella.
Lumalabas na yung pagka-red ng lips mo.
Oo.
Pero ang ganda mo, Gia.
Thank you, Bal. Kaya kita kaibigan.
Oo.
Talaga yung
Next.
nasa.
Wow! Fresh look lang.
Sige.
Fresh look.
Thank you at HHE and
Ba't wala
Coach for motivating me.
Hindi, ang ganda mo, Gia. Lakas mo Sino yung sasabi ko, Michelle Lovito?
Apo, Michelle.
Oo, si
Thank
Michelle
you.
Lovito.
Magkaganyan ka din.
Ang
Baka
ganda ng mga
buka.
photos ni girls, ha?
Oo nga eh.
Paano yun? Sana magka-photo din ako ng ganyan. Baka naman HHE.
Diba, narinig ko.
Hindi naman na. Photoshoot.
Request natin kay.
Next.
Next.
Ay! Iba.
Ang ganda.
Okay.
Hindi ako prepared niyan, ah. Hindi yan prepared. Promise. Wala yan. Kasi naman talaga. The story behind that photo is si Eka nga, di ba, nag-feeling well. Galing na din ako sa may ginawa akong bagay na maganda. Eh, tayo din nakakulot yung buhok ko. Lay, ikaw na pak, photoshoot. Ha? Photoshoot po? Paano? Wala po akong damit. Okay na yan. Ano gagawin mo? Ganyan mo na lang. Pag ganyan ko. Diba? Ano lang yan? Simply pretty. Charot! Natural. Thank you, HHE, for the privilege. Next photo, please. Mamaya ihihigay. Siya ay magandang babae. Lalaki pumorma. Uy, ang ganda ko dyan. Walang edit yan, Kamukha mo si Shaina. Opo, si Shaina. Kamukha mo talaga. Thank you.
Siya yung magdayaw.
Shaina magdamag walang tulog.
Kaya funny,
Meron pa po
Reyes.
ba?
Isa pa.
Hello?
Oh.
Pwede na ba akong mag-top model? Oo, pwede na. Maganda talaga basta may nunal, no? Sam, no? Alam, nakakaganda na ako sa may nunal ko. Kaya nga, sabi ko nga, di ba, maganda ka. Oo, di ba? May mga nunal tayo, girl. Nagsasarili eh. Pwede po ba akong makahingi ng copy niyan? Sporty look lang, no? Pwede na ako mag-TGC. Pwede na, pwede na pala. Yes, talaga. So, nalunod ako sa kagandahan nyo. Pati sa kagandahan mo din eh. So dahil dyan, wag na tayo magbuluhan, magbasa tayo ng comments. Yes.
Okay, comment time.
Cry. Basta TGC, uso liguan. Yes, talaga.
Yes po, ligo
Uso po
everyday.
talaga maligo. Hygiene is a must. Yun po. Judel, Donggon, Tulang, stay hydrated daw kaya may patubig. Tama,
po.
tama.
Yes.
Pampaganda ng skin, as per Saladin. Sino ba mag-
Okay. The girl from this handmade looks like Gia.
Babasa tayo. Sabay na lang tayo, Sam. Sige, 1, 2, 3, go. From Lay Magalona, hawig si Sam at si Master Lay. May bago ng... Kaya tayo magkambal. Hindi tayo. Ha? Tagpo ka naman kaagad eh. Wala ka na kaibigan. Carla, matuno na.
Robby
Oh.
Mendoza, Taray Ligia.
Oh,
Kinikilig na yan. Tignan nyo, pulang-pula yung pisngi. Thank you po.
You're welcome.
Kinikilig na. Adri Salonga. Aba, si Lane. Nakahood. Ganda. Yes. Layton. Thank you po. Layton. Red Riding Hood. Diba? Galing mo dun
okay, let's stop it there now. Okay. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so let's move on to the next one, episode 64, where I got 2 of my comments read. Okay, hang on. This vlog's going to be longer. I guess the longest, the last one, I guess. 64, where are you? There you are.
Naglalaba araw-araw.
Hindi masipag na bata.
Hardworking, hardworking siya. So, sa lahat po ng may kulubot na kamay, love your flaws, love yourself, live it up. So, from Crystal Grace Di Padura, ang
Okay,
fierce!
just looking for that point. Okay.
Wala na mga... Si Somo, hindi pa ba ako? So, from Robbie Mendoza,
Oh, okay. Not yet.
gusto nilang
We're back,
iparating na
okay.
mensahe.
So this is the first
ngayon,
one.
magbabasa muna tayo ng
12 minutes in.
comments. Yes. From, yan. From Stanex D. Candado. Tito S. Good evening, Belle, Dial, SL, and especially to Queen Frances. Wow.
Is that Francis from the left, then Belle, then Essel, then Niall.
Love lots from Cebu and always be supporting you, girls. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Magandang gabi sa inyong tanan. Yes. And from Juen Memita Aquino.
Hashtag MNL48 Interactive Live. Pag nakaside si Niall, hawig niya si Cassie sa kadenang ginto. Haha. Wow.
Don't be Cassie, no? Kasi hindi ka muna papasok sa school. The liars respect.
The liars.
So next,
Kadenang
from Kyle
ginto.
Christian Palangan Versosa. Hello girls, especially
The liars
kay
respect.
Oshibel. Tanong ko lang na sana sa KKS girls kung sino ang kami Oshibel.
JD was saying that line
Ako na ba? Ako na.
in previous episodes, so galing pala sa kadenang ginto.
Aside po kay Ate Bel. Thank you. Ano po? Si
Ba't
Ate
meron pang iba?
Pwede naman kasi po na ako, hindi pa ako. The joke lang. Si ano po, si Ate Sheki po. Opo. Kami Oshi ko dun sa Sheki. Love ko po talaga. Inspiration ko po si Ate Sheki. Laging ganyan. Oo nga si Bonita. Ikaw naman. Bukod din sa'yo. Marami kasi. Pero si Abby. Yeah. At ako naman. Uy, ang tagal kitang nakasana.
Very good
Hindi,
friends.
nag-aantay sila, oh.
Essel and Belle.
Yes naman. Joke lang, hindi. Close lang talaga kami. Natakot lang siya, no, kasi ako yung host. Hindi, pero sino nga talaga? Talaga. Thank you, Siyempre, tagal-tagal natin nagsasama, hindi pa ba ako? So, from Robbie Mendoza,
there
good
you go.
morning from California. Hello, Essel. Uy,
Alright.
California. Hello po.
Hello,
Ganda
Essel.
naman akong package doon.
Okay. I know what Belle means. I know what Belle means as you said that. Okay, so let's skip to the part where my second comment is.
Ano yun? Ito ba yun?
Okay.
Ayoko. Gusto ko pang finale ako.
Hang on, sorry.
Mag-harmonize pa ba tayo?
There's an ad.
Mga tao-tao sa mundo. Ayun,
Alright.
minsan ganyan din ako. Ganda-ganda mo, gano'n. Sailor Moon. Hindi, seryoso po. Si Sailor Moon talaga. Gusto ko si Sailor Moon. Promise. Dati pag gusto ko yung mga
Okay, there you go.
mga ganyan-ganyan.
Up to that point, so we can see the photos because my comment involves all of the photos.
Sa MNL48 Interactive Live, nung nag-start kayong mag-guest. So ngayon, may titingin tayo ng mga mag-flash na photos sa ating screen at mag-react tayo sa nakita natin. So let's start. Ready na kayo, girls? So first photo. Roll mo na. Wow! Ang ganda naman! Ang ganda! Sana all! Ang ganda. Ayun yung
Essel.
yun na, hindi na ako nakasama, no? Ayan. Hindi ako nakapro. Super ganda. Ang ganda ni Essel. Yun, si Abby and Colin yung nakapalit. So, ayan. Sino yung nag-makeup sa'yo dyan?
Ako pati sa Ate Kayla.
Wow! Ayan si Kyla. Kasi kami close talaga. Super close talaga kami niyan. Simula noon kami tatlo ni Kyla. So, yan. Ang ganda-ganda ng makeup mo. Super.
Kahit ginaw na ginaw na.
Paano yung ginawa mo dyan?
Pati mata namin gumagano na,
Grabe naman.
Pero
Kilala ako
kailangan
niyan.
maganda ka pa din kahit nananakit na yung mata mo, gumaganon-ganon ka na.
Kasi di ba po, hindi natin alam na yun yung nagagamit.
Oo.
So, hindi lang. Biglaan. Wala po kaming towel or anything. Oh, so umuwi kayong basa.
Tapos yung aircon ko. Kawawa naman.
So, next photo, ang ganda-ganda. Parang pang Asia's next. Ay, wow! Ang ganda naman. Ang ganda ng eyeliner ng winged eyeliner mo. Super on flame.
Franklin close up lang.
Ang ganda. So, next, parang may balbas ka dito.
Oh,
Ang ganda, ate! Lalaki mo.
okay, give it. Face expression changed. She looks pissed.
Ang ganda. Ang cute ng lips mo dyan. Plastic mo. Ang ganda, ang ganda. Hindi kasi yung lips mo. Wow! Gusto ko yan. May sumisigaw dito. Uy, kamay ko yan, kamay ko yan. Sino? Wala ang kamay ko dyan, no? Sure na tuwa sila, may kamay nila. Yan, nasa baba. Yung may ang ganda. Ang ganda mo dyan, Nal. Very, satin look. Ano ba yung satin? Narinig ko lang yun. Ang ganda. Very fresh and very young. So, shout out daw po sa mga
Line on
kamay
her
dyan.
nose.
Natutuwa sila dyan yung kamay nila. Next photo. Ay, ang ganda. Alam mo yung parang kahit stress ka na sa buhay pag naligo ka dati before yung shower. Ganun. Minsan ganyan din ako. Ganda-ganda mo, ganun. So, next.
Stretch it out.
Wow, ito gusto ko to. Ang ganda. Hindi siya naka-waterproof. Ang ganda. Mali yung nagamit yung makeup. Yung makeup. Naka-waterproof makeup ba dyan? Kasi hindi nga sila ready. Mabagsak na nga yung side. Mabagsak na daw yung mata. Mata ko talaga si Jim. Body part mismo yung bumagsak eh. Wala ba sana ng tubig? Pala yung nalusaw. Yung mata ko talaga yung sakit-sakit na kasi. Diba? Pumapasok. Tapos nasasamahan pa ng makeup. Buti ganda mo pa din. So next photo, ayan kay Frances. Wow! Ang ganda. Uy, ipang mukha mo dyan. Very mature. Sa baby dyan. Oo, hindi mo Ha? Nice choice. Nice choice. Bakit yung mga feeling ko,
Nice choice.
may tubig na sa loob ng
Nice
bibig ko.
choice.
Parang lumulubo lahat ng Actually na, meron na talaga. inject sa labi. Manok. Okay, next.
Become pouty
Ang
lips.
ganda mo. Sobra. Ganda mo. Ayan, good choice Good choice. Nagkaroon na sa manaloob. Ayan, ang ganda. Joke lang po. Kamay doon nila. Thank you po sa mga kamay. Super hirap naman kasi talaga mag-shoot ng may
Because the other Kenkyuuseis are watching from behind the camera.
Pretty ka pa o nag-feeling pretty. Pero ang ganda niya sa lahat ng pictures. So, next. Ay, ang ganda. Sino na yung mga nag-position ng kamay nyo? Kayo-kayo lang? Kamay din. Ay, yeah, maging proud ka dyan. Hindi, sino yung mga naglagay? Sino yung mga sabi, oh, dito yung kamay mo?
When they do the hands, almost reminds me of
Ang
that
ganda. Very
that
artistic.
Hindu god with the many hands.
Ganda ng mga adjectives. So,
With
next.
Shiva.
Ay, wala na. So, yun.
Okay.
Tapos na. So meron pa daw po.
Johnson Bell. What's up, kay Bell?
Grabe naman. But finish na. Parang nagpa-inject din ako sa labi. Hindi, pili ko sa sa lips, no? Uy, ang cute naman niya. Nasa po yung tubig? Po. Gusto ko din sana ng patubig. Kanina lang po yan. Bago, kunwari hindi ko alam, pero kanina lang yan. Captionan ko daw. Anong captionan ko? Ano yung caption? May lumpia sa left. Ting-ni-ni-ning! Nung nakakita ng lumpia. Next. Ayun. Wow! Ba't ganun yung labi ko?
Lumpia.
Ikaw nagpa-inject tayo. Para ako inject sa labi. Nung nagpagano. So, ang ganda, ang ganda. Uy, gusto ko yan. Ipopost ko po yan sa aking official account. So, follow me. Ay, naniningin nyo. May paano? May follow mo. Ang caption nito. Pagod na ako sa life, pero continue pa din. Maganda, ganda. Caption na yun ang caption. So, next, meron pa po. Ayun. Caption,
Ganda
caption.
talaga ni Belle.
Para akong nagiging avatar na may mga namumurang
Beauty is in her name.
Hindi ubo. Abo. Sorry po. Sorry, kasama mo lang ako na nag-ubo. Sorry po.
Ubo.
Mali, sabi ko nabubo. Namumo ang ano po pala? Abo, sorry. Sorry po sa mga kumakain. So, ayun na nga yung mga mga photoshoots na ginawa po namin. Sana po nagustuhan nyo. And ngayon, titingnan naman natin ang mga nasabi ng mga tao-tao.
Tao-tao. Okay, I think mine's coming up.
Ayun po from Sir Robbie Mendoza. Bakit ka galit, SS?
Oh.
Yung una, awan.
Ay,
galit ka ba?
Galit ka ba?
Hindi naman atudol eh.
Ay, hindi naman ka altif. So, from
Baby
Darren
talk.
Lalye. Kanino yung kulubot? Grabe naman ninyo.
Okay, let's watch
Grabe
this.
naman po. Ayan. Kanino daw yung kulubot na kamay sa baba? Sabi ni Sir Darren Lalye. Kanino ang kulubot na kamay? Ayan. Kanina may mga proud dito na andun daw yung kamay nila. Sino? Kanino kamay yun? Oy, Sam. Ayan. Saan ba dyan? Kulubot. Ayun. Nasa dyan. Yung kay Nail po ba? Walang kulubot ba dyan? Hanapin natin kung saan may kulubot. Lahat naman ata kulubot. Ayan. Nagreklamo tayo, oh. Ay, yung may lip tint. Grabe naman po kayo. Ay, di ba kaya? Kanina yung kamay na mukhang matanda. Kanina yung kamay na may kalyo. Joke lang, wala. Wala. Joke lang. So, from Crystal Face, Team Padura. Wait, bigyan naman natin ng hustisya yung may kulubot na kami. Baka po kasi naglalaba araw-araw. Di ba si homemade, hardworking siya. So, sa lahat
Wrinkled
ng may
hands.
kulubot na kamay, love your flaws, love yourself, live it up. So, from Crystal Grace, Team Padura.
Bell talaga. Si Bell talaga. Okay, yeah. Whew, that was a long one. This might be one of my longest vlogs. After the personal Senbatsu. Okay, so let's go on, jump into the last episode I'd like to review. Episode 65, which featured Shaina, Isa, Ash, and Gab. And we get cameos by Sheki, Alice, and Shira. Yeah. Okay, what surprised me most about this episode? Well, overall, the episode featured the guests that are presented here. are those who have their birthdays in August. So yeah, the August and Satan side. So these are the first four girls there. Yeah, and I believe there's three more. Lei, Cole, and Shira being one of them. Well, Shira made a cameo appearance here. I think she's supposed to appear in the next episode with Cole and Lei. But anyway, what made me this became one of my favorite episodes. Yeah, next to I guess episode 30 with Joyce and Ali. Ali's infighting relationship. What amazed me about this episode was Gap. Yeah, because this is the first time. Because I'm not always there. Well, I'm not there in the Philippines to see. Maybe they do this at mall shows. So I don't know. Maybe they feature something like that, especially when they do the talk. This is the first time for me to see Gab act in this certain way in which she's very like loving to Ash in a way, and she's very aggressive. Yeah, to say that to get the affections of Ash. Yeah, and Ash is like the opposite. Like she likes to push Gab away in a way. In a way. Yeah. So I mean, it's amazing. I mean, she Gab like says things, to try to win over Ash. But Ash just like pushes away. Like, wag na lang, parang ganyan. It's like, and this is the first time seeing that this relationship. I guess it's almost like a love hate relationship between Ash and Gab, and yeah, if you like ship them together, it's a gash. Yeah. It's funny in itself. Yeah, almost like the same way with Joyce and Ali, Joy Lee. Yeah, and it's almost like the same relationship, but I think there's a bit more like more more okay, annoyance in Joyce's and Ali's relationship. This one was more like Gab is was very aggressive, and and Ash was almost like tried to beat her away with a stick in a way, but and yeah, it's almost like Gab just wouldn't let up, which really surprised me because like I said, I've never seen her act in this manner before, which was very different from her, I guess, demure personality. Yeah, this was a really aggressive personality, especially when it's regard to Ash. Yeah. So yeah, that really surprised me. I mean, if I had to rank amazing, I would rank this as amazing, but no, I would have to rank this as excellent. Yeah, regarding especially that situation, that presentation, or that showing of Gab's unique personality. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen it before. Yeah, so that really surprised me, and it gives a new how to call this a though how I see Gab in a different light now. Yeah, I mean, she's not just smarts and beauty, but she has this wow, almost like a loving but aggressive personality. Yeah. Also, I also noticed here that Gab, besides that aggressive personality, she also is like geographically challenged. Yeah, because she didn't know where the chocolate hills are. She thought it was in Baguio, but it's in Bohol. But I mean, China is the same thing. She thought it was in Davao. Yeah. And speaking of China, she mentioned that I think what the difference between her and Shira is like. She mentioned that she's taller, her hair is shorter and more brown, and she mentions that China has like a birthmark, and she points to the wrong arm, though Gab seems to know where the birthmark is. For some reason, China either forgot where it was because she was pointing at the left arm rather than on the right arm where her birthmark really was, and they had to call China in to show where her birthmark really is. Yeah. I mean, they're twins. I mean, aren't you supposed to know? But again, I'm thinking maybe she sees Shira, at least if they're facing each other, it's almost like a mirror image. So to her, if they're looking at each other, to her, to China, the birthmark would be on her left if it's a mirror image of her. If she's facing her, then right is on her left. Yeah. Anyway, that's an excuse that I could think of why she thinks it was on the left. But yeah, and also, what is it? Oh, very funny that they showed like kid pictures or past photos of the birthday celebrants. Like they showed a picture of Shaina with Shira during their Showtime days, and then they showed Isa's like 10-year-old picture. Like, oh, she looks like a professional child actress, and she does. I mean, when I looked at it, it seems I've seen this kid before in a teleserie. Yeah, and she's pretty embarrassed by it. But she said that's one of photos that were submitted for a shampoo commercial. I think she didn't get it because she didn't never mention that. And they showed a picture of Ash in high school with a still long hair and wearing glasses. Nerd. Sorry. In which, yeah, the picture was at the Chocolate Hills with the background. And basically, she told the story about the photo is she went to Bohel. She went to Bohol for her aunt's birthday, and basically she cut class so they could take that trip. Yeah. And I was taken aback. I mean, I guess all MN loves were taken aback to Gab's photo. Yeah, her kid photo was like she looks so different. Like she's so thin and not the beauty that we see now. Basically, I would say this her ugly duckling face. Yeah. I mean, she said so herself that she thought she was pretty during when she was a kid, but now that she sees that photo, she like detests it. And like Ash said, oh, that picture is now on the internet forever thanks to Gab's mom for showing it to us. I mean, we all had fun with that. I mean, we were laughing, shocked. Same thing with the staff there behind the camera. They were laughing as well. But yeah, so I said, yeah, I would have been ranked as amazing had I have that rank, but the highest rank I can give is excellent for this episode. And this one and episode 30 is side by side. Yeah, as one of the best episodes of MNL48 Interactive Live. Okay, there you go. So that's it for the review. Oh, it took so long. One of my longest ever vlogs once more. But I think the other one, the previous one, which is my personal Senbatsu, is the longest. Okay, so thank you for being patient. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Yeah, and I apologize. It was a lengthy vlog. I had to, for those who watch it, I hope you have tremendous patience in going through it. Yeah, and I apologize for that. But, you know, I had to go through it to finish this review, and this finally caps off my third video to celebrate my 3rd-year anniversary of being a YouTuber. Yes, I thank MNL48 once again for giving me the content I needed to keep this channel alive and for pursuing this hobby of being a YouTuber. 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 Okay, so without further ado, thank you so much. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or suggestions that want me to vlog about or react to, please leave them in the comments. Yes. So, with my usual greeting, uh, thank you so much for celebrating with me by watching these 3 videos. Yeah. And thank you so much to my subscribers and to those who view my videos. I mean, it makes the heart good knowing that there are people who are interested in the things I talk about. Okay, so without further ado, God bless, show less. Okay, Johnny.